Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He's now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly, or risk losing his license. Okay. So he's a World War I veteran. So probably is an easy way to explain that he can shoot. Which I think was it the same detective? I think so, in Call of Cthulhu. But anyway. If I am mad at his mercy, may the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous end. H.P. Lovecraft. What in the what? Wow. That sucks. Just waking up suddenly in something like this. And because this is Lovecraft, sanity is a thing, so who knows how sane or not he is. So, was this an illegal or something fishing place? Maybe not even illegal. Maybe they kill a bunch of they hunt and gut and skin and whatever sharks here. They catch them elsewhere and then they out here. How do you interact again? E? Okay. Oh, nice. So it remembers that I was crouching before. Unfortunately, most games, once you do something like stand up to try to yank on a chain or something, it tends to ignore the fact that you were crouching right before that. It doesn't make you crouch again. Like you would be like, oh, no, it's fine. I don't really need to crouch. It's no big deal. Must light up some items in order to interact with them. Don't have a flashlight yet. F does nothing. Okay. Hang on 1 second here. Let me... Okay. Can't do anything with the candle, it doesn't seem. So I'm not sure how I'm supposed to light up more areas so I can interact with them. What if I missed something back here that I could grab? I mean, there's plenty of gore and awful here, but I don't know... not anything to pry the chains off or to light an area more. What the what? Even if I could, I'm guessing I wouldn't want to go down there. Okay, so... that was the worst area. Had even more guts and stuff. Xexor, I don't understand why everything all glowing. All the guy like... Dead-Eye Chanda, rah, 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 rah. How they know you there and listen to it and sound real great? I don't think they're actually guys chanting it right now. I think it's supposed to be a... just ambiance. An ambulance? Why an ambulance to take people? No, not an ambulance. Ambiance. What ambiance mean then? You know, ambiance is like the mood, the setting, the feeling around something. Oh, but why? Why that then? E, F? What? Why can I? Am I not close enough, maybe? E, right? Interact. F, E, nothing? Oh, maybe that's telling me I need that still. Yeah, okay. So grab that. Oh, there we go. I had to wait for it to have a hand icon. A hurricane lamp? Oh yeah, that's right. I remember. Yeah, hurricane lamp. It can be seen on all sides. Some lamps aren't that way. And it has like a shutter, so in a hurricane or something, it could be protected from getting doused by wind and water. That all sound good, Xexor. Why I fate such a jerk make you force you to do things? You need to be careful, you gonna get killed or something. I'll probably get killed multiple times in this game, I'm guessing. Pretty sure. But you know, I'll try to get killed. Why you won't get killed? No, I'm not trying to get killed. I'm just saying it's most likely that I will die several times in this game. Why don't you just take the boat and leave? Holy crapple. Well, because I'm supposed to be investigating stuff. Oh, you're supposed to be dying, you mean? Well, there's that too, yeah. That is true. Oh, look at all of the dead fish. Whales and sharks and so on. That's disgusting. I know, right?
What a putrid offering.
Ooh. I don't think I want to be near the edge of that.
Don't fight. You have been chosen. Behold.
Ah, cultists.
Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
It with all a dream.
I hate whiskey.
I hate whiskey. Yeah, because that's what you should take from that. Whiskey was the problem, sure.
I used to be an avid reader. Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. Been too long since I've slept in a bed. I wonder why I still take these things.
Doctors prescribed them when I returned from the war. They swore they would put an end to the nightmares. But for a while now, their effect has been wearing off. Okay. Have a drink, don't drink. Hair of the cat? Or hair cat? Wow, I suck. Hair of the dog, I mean? Maybe. Wonder what kind of an effect that has on me. I'm more prone to... Maybe I'm more prone to hallucinations and stuff now? Hard to say.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Private Investigation and Agency, 20 October 1924. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? Maybe, but not yet. Let's not do the phone yet. Other stuff.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case. But when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed. Okay. Alright, I hear you. Calm down.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherrifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Allocate your character points. Each character point allows you to improve the score of a skill. Strength, eloquence, spot hidden. I assume that's like observation. Could have been an easier word to use, but okay. Psychology, investigation, medicine, occultism. Well, we're going to be dealing a lot with occult stuff, but I wonder if you increase that, that also makes you more susceptible to the effects of it. So strength represents your ability to call on your physical power. Improving the skill increases your chances of forcing doors or mechanisms, or of using violence, physical or verbal, during interactive discussions. They all only go up to 5. Wow. Okay. Eloquence represents your ability to influence those you talk to by your power of speech. Improving the skill increases your chances of convincing or manipulating during discussions. Okay, I'll just use the arrow keys instead. Spot hidden. Improving increases your chances of finding hidden objects. An undiscovered object will not appear in game. Right. Proving this increases your chances of understanding the motivations of a person based on his or her behavior or on the analysis of objects. Improving the skill increases your chances of understanding past events by analyzing a crime scene or an object and of picking locks. Occultism represents your knowledge of the occult sciences. Improving increases your chance of determining the use and origin of occult artifacts and of expressing your knowledge of the myth. Increases chance of determining the dosage of a drug, of making a diagnosis, or of expressing your understanding of a medical problem. Well, I feel like, he's a private eye, so he probably should have that high, but it's already at 3, so I don't know that we need to really do a lot there. This one looks like it's expensive. 1 to 2 is 4 points. But this is only 2, and they're at the same level right now. I don't know that I want him to be well-rounded, per se. These two seem important. But this does also, gosh, I don't know. Especially because undiscovered objects don't appear in game. I kind of feel like maybe I should do this one. Okay, let's do that. Wait, and that again? Oh, I see. You use 1 each time, and it increments until... Right. Okay, I got it. 4 for that one, and this is 4 for this one. And then 6 for each of those. 2 for that. I don't really know about medical. I feel like I'm going to probably stick with these 4. Investigation, spot hidden, psychology, and occultism. Strength obviously is useful. He's already got a 3. And I don't know if I am really going to expect to fight off really strong things. I guess if I run into cultists, strength would be useful, but otherwise... Okay, we'll just do this for now. So I need 6 for that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So I'm an amateur in psychology, but I'm on my way to becoming... I don't know what the next one is. Average? Whatever it is. Okay, let's do... In fact, maybe I'll slightly hold off on psychology. I know I'll need a lot more to get higher here, but let's do this. So I'm closer to a 4 on spot hidden. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Okay. Do you want to validate the character points attribution? Yes.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl. She is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Okay, so current objectives. Oh, so this is updated now? Okay, let's read this then. I thought this was the same at first. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Okay, I think that was what we had before. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? A strange picture, painted by Sarah Hawkins a short while before her tragic death, was sent to her father just after the artist died. He is convinced that she is the sender. He brought me the painting so that I could examine it. Stephen Webster, the wealthy industrialist, came to my office. He wants me to reopen the Sarah Hawkins case, named after his daughter, who died in a fire alongside her entire family. I must examine the documents he compiled in order to know more about the case. Yes. Wait, what? Oh. I guess I don't look at these for more information. It's just sub tasks, I guess. Private investigation agency. My private detective agency contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston where there's no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case case follows the other. Adultery, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of these empty bottles. But this place is mine, for the moment. Inventory. My old lighter that I engraved in memory of the 77th Infantry Division and the men of the Lost Battalion who fell. Knowledge. The doctor prescribed me when I returned from the war. Yep, so we've already done that. Okay. Pierce. Sanity. Confident in your abilities and your Cartesian mind, you conduct your investigation by sticking to the facts, your convictions, and your perception of reality. Your conclusions are logical and reliable. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War, where he took part in the Meuse-Argonne offensive. He is one of the few survivors of the Lost Battalion, American units that suffered heavy losses from enemy and Allied artillery fire. Forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades without food or medical supplies, the soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Yep. And then knowledge. Oh, here we go. Okay, I just do those so they go away. Alright. Yep.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
A shipping label. Some of it is unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report. It says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident, but they, nevertheless, insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? A press cutting. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with their only son, Simon. Edward Pierce warehouse on Darkwater, some sketches of the Hawkins family rather than... Yeah, okay. That's what he just said. Okay, got it. Okay. And this.
What's the symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
I don't know what it means by unlocked answer. I thought it was, I need to unlock it. I've unlocked this answer because of my observation or something, I guess.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Why is this still white? I do this again?
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right.
And you think your...
That is go to...
Okay, so I don't know why it stays white, but okay. The others all went to gray, but that's fine.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of premonitory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
Let's not have another drink. Hair of the dog or not, let's not keep going on about it.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
There we go.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows. But today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coasts of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
Able and willing, I'm sure. The Learning of Medicine, Volume 1. A dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. Their first volume lists all illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment. Okay. Obtained. Medicine progression. Okay.
used to be an avid reader.
Oh, right. That was from before. Okay, let's look at the journal. It's got a couple things. Darkwater. Stephen Webster, age 63, businessman. Wealthy businessman, well respected in the Boston area. Stephen Webster came to see me in order that I investigate the death of his only daughter, Sarah Hawkins. The man accepts neither refusals nor inconvenient truths. He is ready to do anything to prove that his daughter was not mad. Charles Hawkins, age 41, shipowner, deceased. Charles Hawkins was a local celebrity on Darkwater. The heir of a shipowner family, he used to travel a lot. He met Sarah Hawkins during a trip in Paris. They fell in love, got married, and Hawkins took her to the remote island of Darkwater. They had a child named Simon and lived a very secretive life. Sarah Hawkins, so she was 8 years his younger. Deceased, painter. Sarah Hawkins, a painter known for her tortured artistic universe. She was worshipped for the strangeness of her work and the rarity of her public appearances. I seem to remember that she once said, "I paint what my dreams whisper to me." Her marriage to Charles Hawkins years ago surprised high society columnists. A wealthy Boston heiress known for her party-going chooses to follow her new husband and live as a recluse on the island of Darkwater. She disappeared from the front pages of newspapers, and nobody heard any more about her. Even her death in a fire remained a secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continued to seek the truth. And then Simon Hawkins, also deceased. Age 11, schoolboy, only son of Sarah and Charles Hawkins. He died in the fire that claimed his whole family. Sad. Okay. Inhabitants. Those were some of them. Okay, got it. Places. Island of Darkwater. It would seem that the world has forgotten the very existence of this isolated rock off the coast of Boston. It is a small, inhospitable island whose coastline is made up of steep cliffs and sharp reefs, with only one outlet to the sea. It is mainly inhabited by the descendants of whalers who set up a supply post there in the 1800s. It was hit severely by the collapse of this activity. Hang on, let me reread something. Oh, by the collapse of the whaling and stuff. I see, yeah. I was like, which activity? Did I miss something? There wasn't an event. Okay, anyway. I think that the only venture on the island that is still profitable is its medical institute. Okay. And then the occult art of Sarah Hawkins. Intuitive and visionary artist for some, overpriced imposter for others, Sarah Hawkins leaves nobody indifferent. This mysterious and reserved painter offers strange images, with violent colors and wild strokes to the world. If her paintings are testimony to her vision of the world, then the world of Sarah Hawkins is a portal open to other dimensions. Extract from the note of Edward Pierce, private detective. Okay. Clues. So we had those, and then this painting depicts a monstrous silhouette threatening a woman and child. Sarah Hawkins, maybe? Simon Hawkins, maybe? Flames can be made out in the background. Stephen Webster, the father of Sarah Hawkins, thinks that it is linked to the death of his daughter. Oh, I'm sure. She painted herself and her son with these cultists. I wonder if she was actually being stalked by them or just dreamt about it. Then inventory, knowledge. Atlas Atlantic Islands. Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. Yeah, that's what we read. Okay, and then this. The Learning of Medicine, Volume 1. A dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. That's what we read also. Okay. So, Pierce. Medicine. I think it just acted the equivalent of... Well, I actually don't know if this even had any progress before. So I think it just kind of moved along. Alright. He's stable for now. I won't stay that way. Alright. Nothing else I'm missing before I go really fast, right? Just making sure. Another drink? No. I've already gathered the books I want. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. The Sarah Hawkins case achievement. Chapter 2, Darkwater Ports. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label, an address, a warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. Yes, I'll have to look up the warehouse number again, probably, just to make sure I have the right one. I like it so far. It definitely has the feel of Lovecraft, which is good, because that's not easy to do. I've seen so many movies where people try to do some kind of Lovecraft style story, and it was just like, this doesn't even feel like his stuff. Enter madness.
Almost there.
Geez, look at all the rocky reefs. Call of Cthulhu. Scylla? So one of the, what do you call it, water monsters in the Odyssey? That's great. Scylla and Charybdis.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
Nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Okay. So, talk to Fitzroy. Go to the bar. Talk to Bradley. Somebody else, not Bradley, obviously.
Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan, can't you go any faster?
See how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
Okay, that's enough. Step back and let us do our job.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Killer whales have few predators. And there are no sharks in these waters. What creature could possibly have done this?
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots!
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah?
man.
He's gonna get us into trouble.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Turn the bunch of sailors against me, potentially. Or insult the local police. I don't know if either of these are good options. Let's do this
I'm
first.
looking
at
for this
least.
address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You
That's
can't
no way to
understand.
treat
You're
an
not
omen.
sailors. Oh, yeah? It's a sign. There's
get us
something
into
coming.
trouble.
Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You
That's
can't
no way to
understand. You're
treat
not
an omen.
sailors.
Okay, so that was it. Just that. Okay.
He's gonna get us in trouble.
Ah.
Real bad.
Alright. Let's see what the conversation over here is. People gathered around as well.
Already in trouble.
Come on, can we sort this out? You can see he's half drunk.
There's nothing for you
to
here
sort
either.
out. Your
Pretext.
chum wanted to stir us up.
But you can stay to watch if you want. You can pick up the pieces.
Come on, you bastard! You'll see what a true sailor's got in his belly. You hear that? You bilge rats don't scare me.
What did he call us just now?
I said you were a bilge rat. And even a pox limpet. You think we don't know what you're doing? Hidden in the fog?
I'll shut up your big mouth once and for all.
Optimistic. Are you stupid or what? Even your captain told you not to stick your noses around here again. This isn't your home, you bunch of sand crabs. We go where we want.
Hey, you'll get us into trouble.
You're already in trouble.
Come on, can we sort this out? You can see he's half drunk.
Waiting for the fight to break out.
Sort out. Your chum wanted to stir us up.
But you can stay to watch if you want. You can pick up the pieces.
Come on, you bastard. You'll see what a true sailor's got in his belly. You hear that?
Okay, so it's just the same conversation. So there's a bunch of threatening, but it doesn't look like they're actually going to act on it. At least not right now.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Yeah, Prohibition's all scratched out and they have a bunch of alcohol. They're like, screw that. They've even thrown harpoons at it. Might be a little excessive, but yeah, okay. Can I can't go that way right now, at least. I'm guessing I can't really go past this either, right?
It's a sign. There's something coming.
Through.
Something real bad.
Nobody to let me through, right?
Don't put that beast back in the water,
Yeah.
you shysters. You're crazy.
All right. So let's go to the bar first. Somebody over here to talk to? No? No one feeling chatty? Fine, you joiks.
Hey, be careful.
They saw what happened. They know he didn't do it on accident, or the guy didn't just slip.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Hold to test strength? Why would he start out with that? I don't even know. Like, okay. What's going to be the best to get him on my good side? I could say I'm sorry, but he could also think I'm a wuss if I do that. This, though, threatening him is probably a bad idea. This is making an excuse and then you're overdoing it. Let's do this one, I guess.
I don't have time for all this bravado.
Don't be so high and mighty, sir. We don't like mainland snobs.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dockwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about it?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland. for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision, was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Oh.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Wait, what?
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland, then...
I've got
I
what I need.
don't know why it's so
Anything
white.
else?
Sometimes the options don't change color, and I'm not sure why.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must...
Oh, come on.
Drinking it, anything else?
Okay, so even though I've had the conversation, nothing more. Okay, I guess that's it for now.
That'll be all for now.
Consult the diary. So Darkwater. Roy Mitchell, 55, owner of the Stranded Whale Bar. Roy Mitchell runs the only bar on Darkwater. Prohibition has no hold on the Stranded Whale, and sailors come to seek some comfort in Mitchell's whiskey. The man, therefore, knows, more than anyone, the secrets and rumors that the inhabitants of the island exchange after a few glasses. Mitchell is devoted to the golden age of whale hunting, if the numerous trophies that decorate his establishment are anything to go by. The man will talk freely on the subject on which he is so keen, but he will be far less enthusiastic if one was to inquire about his source of liquor. Places. Darkwater Port. At the entrance of the port of Darkwater, one still passes in front of the shell of the Scylla, the last whaling ship to have brought back a catch. Sailors wander the docks looking for some small job for the day. A gang of bootleggers has set itself up there and is gnawing away at the territory of Captain Fitzroy, the last sailor to own a boat capable of making the round trip between the island and mainland. Here, the golden age of whale hunting is but a distant memory. The Stranded Whale, the bar where liquor is served with total impunity. It's the last thing I expected to find when I arrived on this island. The Stranded Whale is its name, and it's managed with an iron hand by the owner, a certain Mitchell. He does not tolerate troublemakers, and he freely or fiercely protects the identity of a supplier. All the inhabitants of the area seem to go there, and I even saw what looks to be a truce between the bootleggers and the sailors. Pierce skills. Oh, so I have 1 CP available. Oh, these skills can only be improved by objects discovered in the environment? Oh. Well, I'm glad that I increased this earlier then. Okay. Excuse me. Maybe I do want to increase eloquence then. Since I can't increase this anymore, maybe I'll do these 4 skills instead. Okay, so that is the eloquence symbol. Got it. Okay. That's unfortunate. I wish I would have known that was eloquence, or realized that was eloquence when I was initially talking. Might have had a chance to convince him for some pick-me-up, but okay.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said,
He's looking at me like, can I do something for you?
We'll do it again, you know. The girl, doctor. Colden. She won't stop asking.
"Not that again. She will get us into trouble."
I know.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
21st May, 1847. Wow, okay. Miraculous catch. The Scylla returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the cetacean that is already being called the Miracle Catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told of a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritional benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop, or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. Special evening at the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate. Okay. Miraculous catch apparently is an occult thing-ish. Then the Chanty. Or the Shanty, sorry. Yep, okay. Okay, dude.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
If I had the wing of the girly boy. The doctor.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader. Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
Huh. So he's a member of the asylum staff, but he kind of sounds like he might be suffering a bit himself. That's unfortunate.
What you looking at, stranger?
Mm-hmm.
The clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
So that is out front. So this goes out back. Oh, it's like a storeroom or something. I think. Can't get in there right now, at least. Okay.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
It's like he's talking to himself, which isn't disturbing at all. Okay. Jeez, this is not looking like it's in good condition. The boards are all bent and separated and broken. That's bad news. Bad news.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
Oh, that was the doorknob. Got it. Ah. The facilities. I see. Here, let's shut it. I mean, he's probably looking at me. Do I really want to...
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Learning of Medicine, Volume 2. Ethics and good practice to medical staff. Okay. So now... So maybe one more, and I'll be level 2 medicine? I'm a total novice. That's funny. Okay. I don't know if he'd be happy with my going up the stairs, so let's not do that right now. I'll be looking in our drawer, which he may not want right now. Okay, let's just... Alright, whatever. Okay, let's talk to him for now.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck. I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Oh, over here. Got it. Let's do this, I guess. We'll see if...
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. Cat.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo
Okay, so nothing right now.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? Manifests. That's not what I meant. J is what I meant.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
So he's there. Let's see if we can go upstairs then. Since he's not hanging around, maybe not paying attention. So nothing there.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
In this photograph, a man who looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on the bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg. Huh. Interesting.
What a macabre souvenir.
Okay, nothing really else up here, it seems. Cannot climb the ladder as far as I can tell. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's facilities, that's right. Okay.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale, even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailors' return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
I examined its wounds. I know of no creature able to cause them.
And I took you for a detective.
Believe me when I say that these wounds are significant.
Come, come. You've only just arrived on Darkwater, and already you think like a sailor.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least.
Okay.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse.
That just repeats it, I'm
Can you
guessing?
tell me where the warehouse is again?
Look, I've already shown it to you. It's the one with the cop on guard duty out front. You can't miss it.
Okay.
Understood.
And that was everything in here, right? Yep.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Okay, got another character point. Put it into eloquence again. Or spot hidden. Maybe I should do spot hidden so I can see more things. Let's do that, I think. Okay. I don't know how I get over to him because... Oh, did they move enough? Oh, they maybe moved enough that I can. I wasn't able to go here before.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
The cops, they can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. No,
These wounds. I know of no...
that's no way
Yeah,
to
it's the
treat
same
an
as
omen.
before.
Oh, yeah. He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not...
Alright, let's... Oh. What was the last checkpoint? Let's see what that was. See how far back I am. Do. It's time to move to the next game. I just was seeing. In fact, I think I'm doing an awful lot of skipping, but I don't really know that there's... I think I'm going to skip the beast inside. Go a little bit longer on Call of Cthulhu, maybe. I don't know. So here is then all this dialogue.
You're back again. What?
Yeah, okay.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you...
Okay, so that's fine, because that's just... We've just finished the conversation, okay. I'll need to reapply the character point, I'm sure, but that's the only thing, so it should be fine. I could do this till 8. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna do that. We're gonna play this till 8. I'm just gonna skip the beast inside. I'll even note down the games I've been not able to finish and make sure I do them. So the ones we did not cover today, I mean, the ones we didn't even start that I had planned on are okay, and I'll add that to it as well. Okay. So I increased this, right? There we go. Okay. Oh, right. I also have these other things. Oh, right. Okay, so James Fitzroy, Captain, 45. James Fitzroy is the captain of the Charybdis, the only boat that still sails between Darkwater and Boston. Oh, here you go. So Charybdis and Scylla. Got it. I didn't remember his boat being called the Charybdis. His base is the harbor master's office, from where he misses nothing that happens on the island. The inhabitants of Darkwater respect him. The bootleggers despise him. He offered to help me in my investigation. Then clues. This photograph. Where are these guys going? I didn't notice it before. Are they just going to the bar? Or to the tavern? Or are they going to Fitzroy? Okay, couple. The bar. Alright, so they're not necessarily causing problems. I wonder if I could even talk to them or if there's nothing.
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean, they're going to cut you open, you idiot. Calm down.
He thought they were talking. He thought he was talking about his resolve. No. That's not what he was talking about. All right, let's.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
Not much doing here. Need a lockpick of some kind. That would be... Which skill was that? That is... Is it investigation? No, wait. Spot hidden, maybe. No, I don't know what it is. I would guess it's investigation, probably. It's not any of these others. Anyway, whatever skill it is, I'm not sure.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Ex Oblivione was the achievement unlocked. Okay. Huh. Yeah, this writing here obviously is not Latin or any kind of similar language. It's a... Oops. What? Oh, I hit F. I was wondering, I was like, how did I do the lighter? I bumped something. Okay. Nothing to say, apparently.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
That's irrelevant.
That's what you think.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to Dark Water?
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
And those are all the ones I've already done, yep.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
I bet that you hid them somewhere in your hut on the docks.
Not even, and don't go looking there.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Okay, I guess we'll go talk to the cop now. Could also go further into town, but I don't know how much we're going to get before we progress the story more.
Where do you think you're going?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
What's the difference between a police officer and a private detective?
The badge?
Exactly. Apart from that piece of metal, there's nothing that sets us apart.
You think so?
We're looking for the same thing, you and I.
Okay. Spare me the next verse. I'll tell you what I know. There are sailors who think that there's a beast prowling around the docks. Then again, these guys panic at the thought of bringing a rabbit onto a boat, so...
I see.
And there are others who would like to use the warehouses for their goods.
That's fine.
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone. You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Oh, I guess that's it. Okay. Or would there be a door or something even for this? Huh. Okay, can I go a different way, maybe?
Back in the water, you shysters, you're crazy.
The cops, they can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Oh, yeah, the stranded whale, yeah. Get inside. So I gotta do something to figure out a way in.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
So, does this go inside? Guess we'll find out. The spot hidden skill allows you to detect hidden items in close range once all these items are detected, etc., etc., etc. Lever activates a mechanism.
A handle. It must come from these old winches.
part enables heavy loads to be lifted and held aloft without risk.
This ratchet device seems to be usable. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
Okay.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
So how do I get up there? Let's see. That comes around to here. I have to get up to that, which means... I'm not sure. Not seeing a ladder or stairs. Maybe I need to go talk to the captain? I don't know.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
Apparently the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type.
St. Brendan. Does the patron saint of whales and whalers still protect the sailors of Darkwater? Visibly, there were other gods before St. Brendan, and their worshippers do not seem to be of this opinion. The locals still worship the old saint, but a mark was made on the statue by another cult. Extract from the notebook of... Yeah, okay. Lever activates a mechanism. The part enables heavy loads to be lifted aloft without risk.
You're back again. What can I...
I shall be on my way.
Okay. So it goes up along there.
It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Okay.
Come on, you could tell me. Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut.
Why, we don't have a clear conscience.
Quiet. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
My persuasion's not super high, so I don't know.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors?
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope you had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
What are you guarding, exactly?
Listen, bonehead, we already told you that we're guarding our boss's turf.
I don't know if this will work. We'll try.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you. Go die.
I bid you If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
You again? I told...
No need to...
There's no jumping, so I'm guessing I can't climb either. I didn't see a prompt for it at all.
Oh, yeah.
Crouch, but you can't climb. So how... Wonder if I don't know how I save the game manually. Like, is there a way before I quit so I don't lose progress?
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader. Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
You again.
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
I read the article on the miraculous catch. Interesting local folklore.
Don't get it into your head to repeat that round here. It's more than folklore. On that day, the crew of the Scylla caught an exceptional catch. The biggest whale ever caught. They saved Darkwater from famine.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland. Then...
I've got what...
Anything else?
Charles Hawkins owed you a lot of money. Do you know if he had problems?
I don't know the details, and it's not my business. Money or not, he was always welcome in my bar. The Hawkins family was always much appreciated on the island.
Captain Fitzroy told me...
Oh, yeah?
Oh, come...
Drinking it, anything else?
Yeah, I think we're not going to get that one ever. Okay.
That'll be all for now.
What? Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message.
Nope. She doesn't like me being around, but I don't know if I have much of a choice. Kind of need to find out more information.
I told you to beat it.
Alright. Fine, so how do I crawl or whatever? I don't even know. Maybe I missed something? I don't know. That does not attach to the rope. The rope's winch is up there, and I don't, once again, like I said, I don't know how to get up there. That's metal anyway, right? It's a metal cable, I think. Is there a crawl space around the edge of the outside of the warehouse that I'm missing? Oh, I wonder if I can from the docks, maybe. Nothing here. Yeah.
Can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand.
Go
You're not
around
sailors.
here.
It's a sign.
No.
There's something coming. Something real bad.
Damnation. I broke it. It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Okay. So I can't drop into the water. It's not letting me. So how am I going to go underneath? I need to save this somehow. Can I? Okay, movement, crouch, interaction, left, right, previous, shoot, lean forward, and diary. It auto saves. I don't know how I can. Well, I don't know. I'll have to just return to the last checkpoint I guess. Okay. Because I definitely need to move on. Okay, Moons of Madness now.